On March 2023, I quit my job to pursue my dreams of building my own business. The goal was to become financially free, be my own boss, and focus on more creative projects that I really enjoyed. It's been almost 2 years now since I quit, and during this time, I've made so many mistakes and I learned so many new things that I really wished I knew before I decided to quit. So if I were to go back, I would do things so differently, both before and after quitting my job. Starting with when and how I quit. If I'm being honest, quitting my job when I did was mostly reactionary because for a long time I wasn't really working on the stuff I was supposed to, and my everyday life was becoming more and more mundane. And when I was denied a pay raise for the second year in a row because of budget restrictions, I said enough is enough and I put in my notice. But if I could talk to my past self now, I would say stop, do not quit, at least not yet. There are two things that you need to do before you resign. First is to prepare financially. Instead of leaving immediately, I would suggest to take your time to save more of your salary and build a comfortable cushion you can rely on in the future. My advice is to save at least 1 year's worth of expenses before quitting if you want to avoid any future headaches. Secondly, and this is very important, make sure that you have a relatively clear idea of what you want to actually do after you leave your company. It is also a very good idea to have a sort of structured plan of how you're going to get there. Of course, this does not mean that you're not going to explore, experiment, and pivot along the way, which is something you should definitely do. But it sure does help to narrow down your focus instead of wandering aimlessly in perpetuity, ending up nowhere really. For this, I would suggest actually writing down what you want to achieve, how you are going to get there, and most importantly, why do you want that to begin with. Doing so will definitely help you clear things up and guide your journey towards the right direction. Social and financial anxiety is a serious issue you most probably are going to deal with. For a very long period during the last couple of years, although I had the most free time I've ever had in my professional career, I was producing almost nothing of substance. This, in combination with watching my savings dry month after month, the uncertainty of the future and the feeling of falling behind caused me paralyzing anxiety. For longer than I'm willing to admit, I just couldn't focus on creating this stuff I truly wanted to create, which made things even worse. One major reason for this, I believe, is that chasing your own dreams does not provide you with the immediate reward that a salary at a safe job does at the end of each month. Although I didn't realize this in the beginning, it really affected me. It made me less motivated to do the things I loved and pushed me towards doing things that provided quick gratification instead, like picking up random projects that I never really found interesting to begin with. This was a clear trap I wish I never fell for because it diverted my focus away from the projects I really care about. Then, what seemed like out of nowhere, last August I was approached by a local university that offered me a part-time job there to teach as a computer science lecturer. I was very hesitant in the beginning when they approached me, and my first thought was, will this mean that I am finally going to give up? Am I finally going to quit my dreams? After putting a lot of thought into it, I decided that I wasn't ready to give up on my dreams just yet, but I also wanted to give this opportunity a try. So I asked if it was possible for me to give my lectures only once per week, which to my surprise, they were kind enough to agree to that. So that is what I did. I began teaching, having a steady income after a very long long time. To my surprise and paradoxically, I have now become more productive than ever. The safety and flexibility this part-time job provided me with helped with my anxiety, which allowed me to finally come out of my slumber and start chasing my dreams again. This time with a clear mind and an even clearer focus. And it's safe to say that I achieved more in the past 4 months than I did in the first 1.5 years after quitting my job. This has led me to the conclusion that quitting your job for the sake of chasing your dreams, even if you do not have a clear plan of what you want to do or any safety net to begin with, is over romanticized and unjustifiably over promoted, I would say, because you only hear about the 1% that immediately succeed, but no one talks about the rest, the real struggle and the reality check that hits you after quitting your job. Does this mean that you shouldn't follow your dreams? No, this is not what I'm saying. You should go for it. But if you're serious about it, you better prepare accordingly before you jump face first. And if you still require some kind of safety because life happens, there is nothing wrong with that as long as you set it up properly so that it doesn't interfere with your ultimate goals. At least that is my opinion based on my own experience. Feel free to share your own journey in the comments below. I will be very interested to read what you have to say about your own stories. And yeah, this is it. Hopefully you found this video somehow helpful. If you did, you can subscribe or not. Do whatever you want. I'll see you when I see you. Until then, okay, bye.